Today on Play to Win, will last week's performance carry over for the Falcons? Does Georgia still match up well with the college football elite? And is Ohio State one cancellation away from missing the playoff? We'll answer those questions and more on the fastest 30 minutes in television, football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers, Chevrolet, Find New Road, Reliable Heating and Air, and the Atlanta Health Clinic. Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, college and SEC football expert Chris Marler, Falcons All-Pro wide receiver Terrence Mathis, and your host, Nikki Williams. Today's hometown team report is being brought to you by Montlick & Associates. Our attorneys know what it takes to win.
Good morning, Atlanta. Happy Saturday. Happy game day. Welcome back to the show. This is our hometown team report brought to you by Montlick & Associates. Bob Whitfield, Chuck Smith, I feel like you've moved to Canton, Ohio at this point. Is that where you are again?
Yeah, I'm up here. You know, I'm putting in a little work with NFL Alumni Academy, Nikki, but I ain't moving up here. It's snowing right now.
You know who else has been doing work? Our Atlanta Falcons. And I'm a little nervous to get excited about them, but what's going on? Are we safe to get a little excited right now, Chuck?
Absolutely. Get excited, Falcon fans. Number one, your team is playing good. If you're a real ride or die Falcon fan, you just want to see their success. Are we getting to the playoffs? No. But I tell you this right now, we can have some fun, kick some teams' butt, and affect some of their playoff opportunities.
Au contraire, mon frere. I've been preaching all year long about the playoffs for the Falcons, and there's still hope there because you have to split with New Orleans, and that's who you got coming in. And you know what New Orleans did to Falcons last, so you have to split with them. You got to win this game. This is the must-win game because you still have terrible Tom from Tampa coming up twice. So can you get in the playoffs, Chuck? Really? Yes, you can, Falcons. It will take a miracle and a lot of losses from other teams, but you can actually still win the division. How about that?
With a miracle? Right. Nikki, he said a miracle.
Miracles happen.
You just said they can get in, but it's going to take a miracle.
It's a lot of losses from other teams.
What do they need to do to beat the Saints this time? And put it in English.
It's called protection.
I was going to say the same thing. You took my line. Protection. Okay. Chuck knows it, but it's protection. And Chuck, you can speak on the New Orleans defensive front, but we talked about this before. I feel that Matt Ryan needs to get rid of the ball a little faster because the line did give him some opportunity in that game. So those 8 sacks wasn't true all on the offensive line. Chuck, you saw the same thing I saw. I thought you did.
Well, you know I seen it. You see how big these eyes are, boy. I see everything. Look, I'm going to tell you what I did see. I did see the Falcons struggle versus Taysom Hill. Number one, the Falcons have to stop Alvin Kamara and do better. But here's something I talked about last week. I'm going to need the Falcons to man up. I don't want to ever see the New Orleans Saints, a rivalry I'm a part of, walk up in your face, pushing you after the play, jumping in your grill, and setting the tempo from a physical, mental standpoint. I need the Falcons to come out with some toughness, some dog, and try to punk the New Orleans Saints like the Saints tried to do them.
Now, you guys have played the Saints time and time again as Falcons. How different is it playing them the second time during the season after they beat you?
Hey, I'm going to tell you this, Nikki. After that kind of beating, this is what I really believe, especially being a player. After I took a whooping like that, I'm going to tell you, I would play so hard, I was willing to hurt myself to try to hurt them. That's a different kind of mindset. Did I always win even on the second game? But I can tell you this, there's never a game I didn't go in the game after taking the butt whooping where I didn't try to absolutely do what I can to hurt the opponent. And I'm putting the H-U-R-T, and that's real hurt, real talk.
Well, I think you also got to look at the game in between against Vegas. You saw some running attack coming from the backfield with a variety of backs that haven't gotten a lot of touches. So I think that is how you can play some bruiser ball if you can really get that ground game started so that Matt Ryan can get good play action passes, doesn't have to just stay back and drop back all game long.
Well, as a Falcons fan, I sure do hope we play lights out. We got more Falcons coming up, and we dig into the SEC. It's all coming up next on Play to Win. Stick with us.
At Montlick & Associates, we believe in the power of the justice system to get injured people the money they need and deserve after an accident. With over 35 years of experience and billions of dollars recovered for our clients, our attorneys know what it takes to win. If you've been injured, dial #WIN now from your cell phone to speak with a Montlick attorney. That's #946. The initial consultation is free, and you pay no fee unless you win.
We work late, so you can sleep easier. Our dedication is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Up to $3,000 in cash incentives.
This is it.
For generations, we've been smoking and frying delicious turkeys with love and history.
You gotta love the turkey. Seasoned to the bone. Ooh, you gotta rub the turkey.
The juices are locked in.
Clank, 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 clank. I gotta go.
Where you going?
I need my This Is It now. Get your This Is It now. Order online for pickup or get it delivered.
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going skating. We're going to Nana's.
Wherever you go this holiday, Chevy can help you get there.
Which is why we're making our Chevy employee discount available to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay is what we pay.
Not a cent more. So wherever you go, happy holidays from Chevy.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get over $6,800 below MSRP on this Equinox. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Today's SEC and ACC report is being brought to you by your Southeastern Nissan dealer.
Welcome back. It's time for our SEC-ACC report brought to you by Greater Atlanta Nissan. Welcome back to the show, Chris Marlar. We bring in all those heavy, smart muscles to break down what's going on. Yeah, that's right. You just wore that jacket to hide all of those bulging knowledge muscles of yours. Break down what's going on around the SEC and ACC. Let's take a look at our top 10 poll right now and see how everything's shaken out this week. Chris, do you think Kellen Mond is going to bounce back for the Aggies today against Auburn?
I'm trying to bounce back from that intro you just gave me, Nikki. That was a lot. But yeah, so
You're welcome.
Kellen Mond, sure. I think that he looked pretty bad last week against LSU, obviously. But I think honestly, when you look at his season as a whole, he has struggled throughout his entire career on the road versus at home. He's been a much worse quarterback on the road, averaging about 11% less in completion percentage, a lot more interceptions on the road. That's kind of changed this year. He's really righted the ship. I think he's fine. It really won't matter because Auburn's rushing defense and Auburn's defense in general has a lot of holes. I think A&M's able to run the football, and so they'll be fine either way.
Well, I'm going to pose this question to the other set of muscles in the room. Chuck, Florida at Tennessee. I know you know because you know everything. What's Tennessee's game plan here?
Run the ball. Pray that they get some early turnovers against Florida. Don't give up the big plays. Meet Florida at the airport, but bust the tires, maybe stop them. Tennessee's got a tough matchup. I mean, I hate to, laugh at my boys or make jokes, but it's a tough matchup. Right now, Tennessee doesn't look like they're even in the class to even truly even compete. But you know what? If Tennessee were to pull it off, we are a great, university. It wouldn't be the biggest upset I've ever seen. So, Bob, don't count us out.
You counted them out. Sound like I wasn't counting them out. I was giving a good probability of an upset. But, I mean, you know how it is. I think the only thing that you can look at if you're just saying that, hey, that team is just that good for Tennessee is that these guys that are transitioning for jobs in the NFL, this is still resume tape for them. So they can show up because what you're starting to see now is other players that they don't have a Big 12 championship to play for, so they're opting out at Texas. So I think for Tennessee, this is good resume film. If they're going to showcase their players, showcase them against a top-notch team and pull off an upset.
I love it. Bob,
Thank you,
I missed
Bob.
giving you a really big intro there, too. Let's throw it over now to our college football showdown.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing.
Alabama, LSU. I see you over there just salivating, Chris, to talk about this game. Is it going to be a Tide blowout? I mean, just tell us like it is.
Listen, first off, I have so many questions about what the biggest upset Chuck has ever seen is. If it's not going to be this Tennessee-Florida game, we got to get to that later and circle back. Let me tell you something about Alabama going to Baton Rouge. Just gather around, story time, boys and girls. Death Valley at night. Everyone talks about how difficult of a place it is. It's the most, craziest environment, toughest place to play. Alabama's lost 5 times in Baton Rouge since 1958. Is that the Eisenhower administration? I have no idea. Houses cost like $5,000 back then. 5 times since 1958. The Tide don't lose in Baton Rouge, y'all. The Tide don't lose in Baton Rouge. It's a revenge game. Saban's 12-2 in revenge games. While at Alabama, they might put 70 up in the first half.
Ooh, okay.
And no shocker there, Chris has a crush on Alabama. I have a crush on the Georgia Bulldogs, and we're going to dig into that in our dog report. It's all coming up next on Play to Win.
Your mother is a special lady, and on her special day, you promised her a special celebration. But if slow upload speeds won't let your video call through because you have cable, just remember, you're not a bad son. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience with 20 times faster upload speeds than cable. Get AT&T Fiber, plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877 only ATT.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. Chicken, beef, euros. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
May your holidays glow bright and all your dreams take flight. Lease the 2021 GLE 350 SUV for $729 a month at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event. Hurry in today.
We interrupt your erectile dysfunction with an important message. If erectile dysfunction or Peyronie's disease has you down, the doctors at Atlanta Health Clinic can help. No pills, no surgery, no needles, no pain. We have the newest revolutionary U.S. patented medical process and device from Europe, utilizing advanced acoustic wave technology, proven effective regardless of your age or medical condition. Visit AtlantaHealthClinic.com or call for your consultation with our doctors today and avoid interruption.
Today's University of Georgia report is being brought to you by Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow you.
Welcome back. It's time for our dog report brought to you by Beaver Toyota. Vandy at Georgia. Is Georgia going to deliver a couple of back-to-back blowout wins or not? Chris?
Vandy's got like 7 players left. They better. I would assume they would. They definitely should have a blowout win, and then they should also close the following week with another blowout win. Georgia should coast into bowl season.
So with JT Daniels under center, how long you think Georgia's going to be okay with teams ranked above them right now, or is this a farce?
I just love that it took all season to get the correct quarterback to play. And now, just like I said was going to happen,
You're just talking about it.
He's played 2 games. And all of a sudden it's like, first-round draft pick. He comes back next year. Dogs on top. We win the national championship. I don't know if they would do well against the top 6 because they played 2 of the top 6 teams and lost to them pretty badly. So I'm not sure if JT.
You can't even say his name. Say his name. Say his name.
I'm not
Your head's
saying
going to explode.
JT Daniels the first is a good quarterback, but I don't know how if it would make up for 17 and 16-point losses like they've already had this season to Florida and Bama.
Chuck, they're the real deal right now.
Oh, I think Georgia's doing good, but I'm gonna just repeat what I did say last week. I apologize to Georgia for the sorry Southeastern Conference, because the fact is, after those 2 games, they have nobody else that can really measure to help them when it comes to getting up the rankings. So, Chris, you made a good point. So now you look at this quarterback. How do we really measure him right now? And you won't get to see that till next year, because you can't measure if this guy, who he truly is, till he plays against Bama, Florida, those kind of teams.
I tell you what, if he comes back, they need to prepare themselves that he could go to the NFL draft. But if he comes back, all jokes aside, Georgia could be the best team in the country.
I agree with him.
It's very mature and professional. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I never thought I'd see the day that Chris would say something like that, but he did it. There's crazier things to come. So stick with us. When we come back, we're going to talk Falcons and Saints. And of course, we're going to talk about it with the guys that have all been there, done that. Stay with us. We'll be right back on Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by Montlick and Associates. Our attorneys know what it takes to win. AT&T, more for your thing, that's our thing. And Beaver Toyota, we're here to wow you.
Hey Atlanta, Linda Beaver here reminding you Toyotathon has officially kicked off with more savings and choices than ever before. Watch this. We all love savings, but this year there's exciting new choices like the rugged new 4Runner or the most dependable truck on the planet, Tundra. Your choice, 0 down, just $15 a day. One more time, your choice, 4Runner or Tundra, 0 down, just $15 a day. Only at your favorite family dealership, Beaver Toyota and Cumming. Don't make me come get you.
It's bow time.
When the holiday season is your busy season, drop a big bow box on it with a sleigh full of bone-in or boneless chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea. If it's Christmas time,
it's bow time.
At Reliable Heating and Air, every day we roll out before the sun rises. We carry a lot in our trucks and use cutting-edge technology and work late so you can sleep easier. We get uncomfortable to restore your comfort and keep you warm all winter long. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Get our season's lowest prices with up to $3,000 in cash incentives.
We've owned a few different houses through the years. Your company was absolutely the best. They were so professional. Everything they didn't get a mark on a wall or anything else. It was clean, it was friendly, and it was fun. And most of the time, moving is not fun. I'm going to give a great recommendation to Atlanta Peach Movers. It's always on time and it's always professional. There is no tree in Atlanta Peach Movers.
To schedule your move, call Atlanta Peach Movers today.
Today's Atlanta Falcons report is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads.
And it's time now for our Falcons report, brought to you by Georgia Drive Chevy. Terrence Mathis, welcome back to the show. You guys have all been down in the trenches in moments like this. You're playing for the Falcons. The Saints have beat you once. Here we are. We're back at it again. What's the biggest storyline of this game to you, Terrence?
The defensive coordinator, Jeff Albridge, against Sean Payton. They got out-coached the last game. They got outplayed in the last game. They weren't prepared for what I think. This is what I think. Personally, I think what happened. Drew Brees is not there. We got a quarterback that's playing that's not really a quarterback. He's a running back / quarterback, receiver, returner. And I don't think they went in there and took it seriously. So this time around, Jeff Albridge has a chance to game plan, to understand what Sean Payton is trying to do. And I think you'll see a better defensive performance by the Falcons.
Bob?
Well, it's a couple key plays in the last game that I think certain players have to shake it off. And I think Chuck hit it on just the nature that New Orleans approached the last game. I think the Falcons got a top New Orleans bravado early and often. I think the running backs would be key, but I also think that offensive line can do some things with some known passing situations, some known screens, and really softening that defense up in the run with some chop blocks so that they can start forcing their will late in the game. And I think the Falcons definitely have to play a good dose of bully ball.
That was some high-level football talk there, Chuck. What do you think? What's the biggest storyline to you? You got more chop block talk?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what it is, Nikki. I'm going to be straight. This ain't much been a rivalry, man. This ain't like when we played the Saints where we was going back and forth. The Saints have absolutely been bullying the Falcons for years. You know what I'm saying? So if you go back and look at their records, let me tell you one of the biggest things that I've noticed about this game and this rivalry. Cam Jordan has sacked Matt Ryan 20 times. He's got 20 sacks versus the Falcons. Now, I've been around Cam, and I've listened to some of the comments. Them cats don't respect the Falcons like that. They feel like they're tougher. They feel like they're more physical. The Falcons got to turn this to a slug match. You can't start talking smack early in the game, Falcons, if you ain't going to finish it. I watched the last game. Do not let them dudes punk you, because that's what they believe they can do. Falcons got to toughen up and get in their grill and make plays.
Deion Jones, Debo, because first of all, he has to stop the run. He has to put his helmet on Alvin Kamara to discourage him. And then again, Taysom Hill, he has to spy him because he's going to run the football also. So he's the key to this defense, stopping up the middle or even getting sideline to sideline on Taysom Hill. So Deion Jones, Debo is the key factor in this game.
Who's the key player to you, Chuck?
Cam Jordan, the bully, the Jolly Green Giant. The Falcons got to man up and stop this man. He is a Falcon destroyer. They know it. He knows it. It's time to step up and man up to this dude.
All right, guys, stick with us. When we come back, would you rather have Derrick Henry or Dalvin Cook? We're going to ask our guys. It's all coming up next on Play to Win.
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going skating. We're going to Nana's.
Wherever you go this holiday, Chevy can help you get there.
Which is why we're making our Chevy employee discount available to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay is what we pay.
Not a cent more. So wherever you go, happy holidays from Chevy.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get over $6,800 below MSRP on this Equinox. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
This is my family. I've worked hard to make sure they're happy. Then I got hurt on the job. No income. The medical bills. We even thought we might lose our home, but we were smart. We hired a workers' comp lawyer.
At Montlick & Associates, we've handled workers' compensation cases for over 35 years. If you've been seriously injured, call 1-800-LAW-NEED or dial #WIN from your cell phone.
My lawyer got me my benefits so I could take care of my family.
Today's NFL Report is being brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air, servicing Atlanta's heating and air conditioning needs for over 40 years.
Welcome back. It's time for our NFL Report, brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Terrence, who's your MVP frontrunner right now?
Ooh, Mahomes, for sure. Mahomes, but he has all those great weapons around him. He has a 4x100 sprint relay team, and he gets the ball to them, and they make plays. And that's my MVP today.
Bob, who's your MVP?
Well, see, I play DraftKings, so my MVP changes from week to week. Mahomes, he might have did good to win the game, but for DraftKings, he didn't put the numbers up that I needed him to. But I definitely would say last week's MVP was definitely that running back from Tennessee. He got me a lot of points on DraftKings. So I think this week, now that Will Fuller got banned from Houston, failed the drug test, I have to find me a new receiver, and I'm looking at Calvin Ridley to be my MVP.
Chuck, real world MVP. Who is it?
All right, Nick, I'm gonna give you real world MVP, but I'm gonna give you a DPOY, Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL. TJ Watt from the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're the best defense in the NFL. He's part of being the catalyst for this team being undefeated. TJ Watt is the best defensive player in the league. That is my defensive MVP, Nikki.
Chuck, if you could pick one running back, are you going Dalvin Cook or Derrick Henry?
Oh, I want Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry runs the ball with power. I love the way he drops his shoulders. He comes downhill. And here's the best thing about him. He's a big version of, to me, Dalvin Cook. And let me just give you one reason why. He has the ability and the speed to break away and have long touchdowns, 70, 80 yards. I like the big guy at Tennessee.
Terrence, you going Derrick or Dalvin?
I'm going Derrick, the most consistent running back in the NFL today. And like Chuck says, he can give you that 2 yards to get the first down, or he can give you 38, 40, or a 60-yarder to break the game wide open. Derrick Henry is my guy.
All right, we got a Derrick. And Bob.
I'm going with Dalvin because he didn't do good last week. So on DraftKings, he's going to be real cheap this week. I'm going with Dalvin because he's going to be cheap.
It's all about the money for Bob, guys. And if it's all about the money for you, stay with us. We've got our picks for the week coming up next. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back on Play to Win.
We get uncomfortable to restore your comfort. Our commitment is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Only $19.99 a month for a new water heater.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. Chicken, beef, euros. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
We interrupt your erectile dysfunction with an important message. If erectile dysfunction or Peyronie's disease has you down, the doctors at Atlanta Health Clinic can help. No pills, no surgery, no needles, no pain. Visit atlantahealthclinic.com or call today and avoid interruption.
Recognized as a top-rated law firm for professional excellence in legal expertise, communication skills, and highest ethical standards. We are Montlick Injury Attorneys, and we know what it takes to win.
Today's college and NFL predictions is being brought to you by the Atlanta Health Clinic, named Industry Best 2020 for treating ED and Peyronie's disease.
Welcome back. Our college and NFL predictions are brought to you by the Atlanta Health Clinic. Jeffrey the Ed Schechter not here with us today, but Bob, I heard he slipped those picks to all to us.
Here we go. We got West Virginia +7 against Iowa State. He's going West Virginia. Boston College 6.5. Virginia, Boston College getting the pick. Houston -1.5 versus SMU. He's going to Houston. And let's see what the pros look like with Jeffrey's picks. And we got tough game, tough matchup. LA Rams, Arizona +2.5 with Arizona. New England and LA Chargers in a pick'em pick. He is going with Cam, New England. And we got Buffalo at San Francisco. And he's been praising Buffalo all year long, but when it comes to that Bay Area 49ers team who might not be playing in Santa Clara, +2.5 with San Francisco.
He said what he said, and he's not here to argue with him today, so there may be a method to that madness. Terrence, you got any final thoughts for us today?
Well, I do. I think since we're talking football, this is not much about football. This is much about loving one another. That's one of the first commandments that God gives us, is to love one another. During these times right now, we have to love each other while we're still alive. We have to let each other know that we love them. Bob, I love you. Chris, I love you. Chuck, I love you. Nikki, I love you. We are not promised tomorrow. So we're not promised tomorrow. So every day we have to show love, and love conquers hate any day.
That was so heartfelt and so warm. I love you too, Terrence. I love all of you. You guys are like family to me. And what a nice way to remind us all that football is a great way to bring us together, right? Football is supposed to be fun, and it's hard to get lost in that, especially when you've got a Falcons-Saints rivalry. And it's coming up, and we're all going to remember that we like Saints fans as Falcons fans, and that's a hard thing to do.
I love you, T. I love you, T, but I hope the Falcons smash the Saints.
Guys, we will see you all next week. Thanks for joining us for another week on Play to Win. Follow us all on social media, because the conversation always continues online. We'll see you next week, 9 a.m. Saturday on Fox 5.
Today's show has been brought to you by This Is It Barbecue, Atlanta Peach Movers, and your Atlanta Nissan dealers.